You serious?
Hello, welcome to another episode of How to Kill an Hour. My name is Marcus Bronzy, and you are?
I am Richie Driss. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show, Richie. I mean, it's not the first time you've been on the pod, though, is it?
No,
you're back again.
It's not, but it is the first time that you've ever said hello sounding like a 14-year-old nerd.
Hello!
From an American teen drama.
You got in my head because before we press record, we were like, isn't it funny how people change their voice as soon as someone presses record? It took me ages to do it. Like, I used to be like, on radio, I used to be like, yeah, I'm fine. Hello and welcome to... And then like, when I might sort of... so everyone can hear me. Oh, that's what the microphone is there for. Yeah. Did you ever like look back at your... By the way, Richie, he's going to talk about it, so I might as well bring up. He is a former Blue Peter presenter. Mm-hmm. I mean, one of the greatest, longest running shows in the world ever.
Yeah, the longest running children's TV show in the world.
But do you ever look back at the first shows that you did and were like, are they all good? Because I thought you looked quite slick. I thought you looked quite good.
Thank you. I listen, like, clearly I was acting as much as I was presenting, and that sort of became a bit of a running joke that I turned into like a Blue Peter actor as much as a presenter after my first year, because some of the content, it's aimed at kids at the end of the day, and B, as soon as that microphone comes on, apparently my voice changed.
Yeah,
my demeanour definitely fucking changed.
Did it?
I mean, I just swore. I've sworn twice, I think, already in this podcast.
How does it feel? Are you over it yet? Because I think when you first started, we brought you on Ain't Got a Clue, our like sister podcast or brother podcast, however you want to say it. We brought you on a pod and you swore in it. And I could see it in I didn't want to say it at the time, but I felt it before myself. You wince in it. You're cool in saying it, but something in your head, alarm bells are going off going, whoop, whoop, whoop. Why are you swearing?
Yeah, it's like a fail safe.
Yeah.
Like a trip switch, for example. It's like, you shouldn't say it, but you got to fight through it. And I think when I was on that pod with you previously, I think it was April, and I'd finished in March. Yeah. So I was still new to swearing. Relatively. Is it
if I put you on the spot and ask you to say a swear now, can you say a swear?
Should we find out?
An F. What about an F word?
Frig. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, how'd that feel?
Oh, weird. Actually,
shit.
Weird. Shit.
Can you go for a C word yet?
Cunt.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Do you know what I feel? I've thought about this in the last few months.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to make an announcement on my social media that I do now swear. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
no, probably not.
Yeah, not for kids anymore.
I'm just being me.
Yeah.
And I do swear.
I reckon
I'm an
once
adult.
a few swears are out. The thing is, though, your audience will grow with you. So, like, people that have enjoyed you when they're like 10 or 11, how long were you on Blue Peter for? Like
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
15, 16 now, they know a swear, bruv.
Yeah.
They know a swear.
Yeah.
They know a swear, man.
It's one thing knowing it, it's another thing hearing it from me. Like, there's either an element of, that's quite cool, it's Blue Peter presenter swearing, or it's an element of, he's just ruined my childhood.
I do think if I was like in my car and the Blue Peter presenter that I'd grown up with like walked past me and I transgressed and almost ran them over at a zebra crossing or something like that, and they were like, you fucking twat, I don't know how I'd cope.
I feel like that's a bit of a medal, like a bit of a rite of passage. I once got Paul Rudd, name drop, sorry, to tell my whole office that I used to work in to fuck off.
Really?
Yeah. Just because I interviewed him and it was a bit of small talk beforehand, and it was, I did a bit of a sweepstake, not sweepstake, what's the word I'm looking for? A vote in the office as to who you'd most likely go out for a drink for.
Yeah.
And I said that you finished third behind Ryan Reynolds and Chris Pratt. It was bullshit. I made it all up as to build a bit of a rapport.
Yeah.
And he responded to it as well as I thought he would, which is really, really nice. But afterwards he said, and can you go back to your office and tell all of them to fuck off? Like, yes, I can do that. And that's great. I wear that as like a bit of a badge of honour.
Is he? I think Paul Rudd's one of those dudes that he doesn't change when the microphones go on. Do you know what I mean? I feel like he is like that all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, something that I'm aspiring to be. It's just myself.
Could you see him getting... I can see him getting pissed off, but I couldn't see him whiling out on somebody, though.
Absolutely not. Like, I think he would attack any bad situation in exactly the same way as I feel like Ryan Reynolds would as well, which is through jokes, through taking the piss out of you through humour, which is what I think is the best way for anyone in the public eye to respond to any dickhead on the street, is to take the piss out of them through humour rather than saying, fuck off, you prick. I mean, as much as that would be more satisfying, if you can shoot them down through humour, that's the best way to go about it.
Have you had any dickhead behaviour towards you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
go on. You got to share one with us.
No, literally just someone I was out on Friday and I was out on Friday, someone was just trying to kick the door in while I was having a piss. That was it.
Well, because you're a Richie.
Not because they knew there was an ex-Blue Peter presenter in the toilet. I hope not anyway, otherwise this just got weirder.
His Tracy Island didn't hold together, so he's kicking off.
Yeah.
Fucker! You ruined my childhood! No, but I wasn't actually on the show. It doesn't matter, mate.
I was 3
Fuck,
years
you're all
old.
the same. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so I just came out and said, what the fuck are you doing? You can see that the lock is red. You can see that I'm in there. Like, if you fancy me, cool.
Yeah.
But I don't swing that way, mate.
Exactly. And also, I don't think it's the sexiest way to chat up somebody. Like, how did you meet? Yeah, they kicked the fucking door in.
I felt really
while I was in the toilet. Yeah. I was in a adult establishment in the northwest of the UK.
Strip club?
Yeah.
Sure.
And having a drink. And there was a guy in the cubicle, and I was washing my hands, and I saw someone kicking at the door. Like, and then the door opened, and the person that was kicking at the door, who had previously been going, fucking open the door, mate. I need to go for a shit. Hurry up. Door opens. Well, it's Northern, innit? Hurry up. That wasn't Northern. I don't know what that was.
It was something.
Listen here, pal. Fucking open the door. Open door. Yeah, kick the door. When the door opened, he went, oh, I'm really, really sorry. Went like, put his hands up. If you're not watching the YouTube, put his hands up and said, I'm really sorry. And like backed off and walked away. Bizbin walked out the fucking cubicle.
I was hoping it was someone nails.
Bizbin, you know.
Oh
Fuck it. He walked out and I was just like...
all 18 foot of him.
Yeah.
He's not. He's got presence of
Nah,
that.
mate. He'll wrap you up and kill you, innit?
Yeah.
But like, I just was like, fucking win. Do you know what I mean? Fucking win.
That's beautiful.
But anyway, welcome to How to Kill an Hour. Part of the show is we talk about how we've been killing a bit of time, aka our kill a bit. Luckily, we've crossed paths recently, so we can talk about how we've been killing a bit of time. Do you want to go first? I've got some really like nippy little bits I can whip in at the end. But how have you been killing time recently, Richie?
There's only been one thing. Spiderman 2. PS5.
Hey.
My goodness, that is a video game.
Yeah,
that's
man.
for sure. And do you know what my favourite thing about it is, or one of my favourite things about it? I don't know about you. I feel like I've fallen into a potentially weird category of having different computer games to break up the day. Apparently, I've got a lot of time on my hands. Yeah. But like, I'll have like a proper story-driven The Last of Us style game for in the evening to play because it's
to fuck you up mentally, to give you PTSD. The Last of Us,
to make me to
make you cry,
sob myself to sleep. Something like sort of story-driven, like that to do that. But then during the day, it might be something like Forza or an old school game like Quake 2. Recently, I replayed that, playing the Forza games as well. Spider-Man's both. Yeah. Because you can swing around the city during the day for 15, 20 minutes just to like while dinner's on or whatever. Yeah. And do little side quests, side missions and break up crimes and try and earn all of those little experience points to get you the suits, of which the suits in it alone.
Sick.
Oh, I don't want to spoil anything, but those suits are from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And not just the MCU, the Marvel Universe, as well as video games. And then, like in the evening, you can play a mission that will last you, 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. So it's got both in one game. It's brilliant. And
like, I've got to say, like, I've said this because this is, people call it Spider-Man 2, but it's really the third installment in it, like really in that kind of series from PlayStation. And I've got to say, they've managed to not only make the story work, because I've played a little bit of Spider-Man 2, not as much as you, but I feel like they've managed to make this story work across 3 games in a way that has brought me in a way that no other game has. I think you mentioned The Last of Us. I think that's one of the other games which narrative brought me in, but it's a much more of a darker game in it.
It's also more linear as well.
Oh yeah, exactly. But Spider-Man has just flipping dragged me in, man. And like, we went to the launch event that PlayStation put on in the Vinyl Factory. We went the weird route in via the car park. Yeah, and played it. And bruv, just web slinging. Like you said, you can just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man for 15 minutes. Yep. And just climb up a building. You've taken some photos as well.
Mate. Yeah. I mean, imagine taking photos in a video game being something that is, A, just a thing. Yeah. B, as satisfying as it is in that. And I've really started in the last few computer games like Jedi Survivor as well. I took a few photographs in that. Taking them in Spider-Man, and honestly, I
struggled with Jedi. The last, was it Fallen Order? Whatever the last.
Fallen Order was the first one. Survivor was the sequel.
That was it. Yeah, I struggled with Fallen Order because I liked it, but I found it a bit tricky to get my head around the controls. But they said that they kind of improved it on the second time around, didn't they?
I was exactly the same, and I actually didn't finish Fallen Order. I just same. I think I moved in the middle of playing it, and then didn't have the wherewithal to go back to it because it just didn't grab me enough, and there were a few frustrations with the map and navigation and stuff like that. All of that is fixed in Survivor. Survivor is unreal. I can't believe I've been able to play Survivor and then Spider-Man 2 back to back, because they're both just exceptional.
Heavy, man. And one of my things that I love about the Spider-Man games, I don't know if they're the first to do it, but I noticed it the most, is that when you start web slinging, you hear the music just creeping, boom, 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 boom. And then all of the text, all of the recordings that they've done, obviously for the dialogue, they've got 3 or 4 different versions. They've got like a calm version, a version when someone's doing like a little bit exerted, or if they're in the middle of a fight and on a phone. Those little bits of detail for me, that's what really polishes it and drags me into the universe, man.
Yeah, big time. As well as this is the thing, I want to talk about the suits, but I don't want to ruin it for anyone.
God, give us one.
Okay, I'm just going to say because suits from Into the Spider-Verse were in Miles Morales, game, but there are more suits from Into and Across the Spider-Verse in this. Now, I'm not going to ruin the big one that is. I'm not going to lie, it was amazing to see and surprising to see, because they're nothing to do with Spider-Man, this character, but there's one from a particular Marvel film that you get to play as in that suit, and it's called the Forever Suit. That's all I'm going to say.
And did you are you the kind of guy when you play Spider-Man, are you going to do all the side missions to get all the suits before you do the game? Because I did that the first one, and then second one I kind of did a bit of both, and I feel like with this I might go for all the side missions where I can. You know, when you unlock side missions, do as much possible to just. I like to keep my I like all the moves and everything that you can unlock and stuff, and I just like all the suits and that. I'm
a bit of both. I think at the moment I've fallen into, not consciously, but subconsciously, I've been like, during the day, if I'm playing for like 15-20 minute portions or whatever, I'll stick the headphones on not to disturb the other half, and then I'll swing about and do all of those side missions, earn that XP, and then at night, when I've got the place to myself, if she's at the gym or whatever, then I will volume up, and I'm knee deep in the story itself, having earned all that experience to buy those suits, to kick all the ass, etc.
Yeah, man. I think God of War is the last game where I literally tried to do everything outside of the main story to just make my freaking character as strong as possible, because why not, man?
It's because Kratos is a fucking bad boy.
Bruv. Yeah, that was, I think, since The Last of Us, that was one of the games that hit me in the chest, like bruv, someone was cutting onions in it. But I think, I'm hoping with Spider-Man it doesn't, because this is the third installment and I've not completed it yet. I'm hoping it doesn't. I would be happy, right? This sounds really counterintuitive. I'd be happy if they stopped it now and they moved on. And I know people will be like, why? But I mean, I'll maybe take some add-ons, but if they wrap this trilogy here, then I'm happy. But I've not got to the end, so I don't know if there's a little.
But do you know what?
Tease.
It's difficult for me to say, because you know how you touched on detail earlier?
Yeah.
There's a couple of story missions in this that I'm not going to give away. If you know about the Howard mission, then you know, it's a beautiful side level.
Yeah.
And then there's another level where you take control of a side character. Again, I'm not going to say, but it plunges you into their world. And if you've played the game and you know what I'm talking about, then you know the graffiti mission. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
And it's just brilliant. And those added details also mean that I don't know where they can go from here in terms of quality. Do you know what I mean? Because people have been complaining about how the fact it's not different enough from Spider-Man and Miles Morales. And I understand what you're saying, but this isn't FIFA. This isn't Assassin's Creed. This isn't Call of Duty.
Yeah.
This is a game that's been how many years in the making?
Yeah.
So on the one hand, I understand what you're saying. On the other hand, it's not as if you're buying these games every single year and not enough is changing in between. It's improving in everything that it needs to improve. And for me, if it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, like if they change too much, people would kick off.
Yeah.
And it's always that balance with games, isn't it? How do you improve it but not change it too much? Because then you always got the two schools of thought, which is like, oh, well, I liked it like this.
Yeah.
And then you got this people that are like, well, yeah. But no, I think they've absolutely smashed it, man. And I can't wait to sit. I'm tempted, because I know I've got to save this halfway through Miles Morales just to play that a bit and just get to gear myself to go back into Spider-Man 2. But honestly, mate, like when it comes to, and by the way, this is not a hashtag ad or anything. This is me and Richie just talking editorial. When it comes to fucking narrative games, PlayStation are stealing it at the moment, man. Like we've said, Last of Us, God of War, flipping Spider-Man. I mean, you even got the Uncharted series as well, like
Ratchet and Clank.
They're Ratchet and Clank. Like when it comes to stories, and I think like where we're at now, which is interesting, I want to ask you this question, is we've now finally in our lifetimes got to a place where graphics are good enough for us to realize all of the cool special moves, all of the effects. Our cutscenes are actually looking like gameplay, and our gameplay looks like cutscenes now. I know things are going to improve. We're going to be looking back at this in 10 years' time laughing, but at the moment in time, as I say this, it feels like we can realize actual games and stories to a point where I feel like we're playing movies, and I feel like the amount of detail that goes into the creation of these games is like, you know, nothing short of what you put into a movie itself. We're using the same kind of talent. We're using real proper actors. You know, we've got budgets that are easily exceeding AAA movies. You know what I mean? On these AAA games.
Well, this is the first game that I have played that is truly next gen, truly PS5, because it's not out on the PS4. Spiderman 2. That's
another moan that's coming through, but we'll move on from that.
But on a serious one, I can tell. Because all of the games that I played on my PS5 so far have either been, actually, except for The Last of Us Part 1, which is amazing, by the way. Yeah. But this, I don't know how and why. Maybe because it's a year newer, it takes up another level, especially with the control feedback.
Oh, unreal.
The fact that I'm walking on carpet and then walking on wood and I can feel the difference, and then walking through a puddle and I can feel the difference, is mad. And you say we're going to look back in 10 years' time, but there's only so good the graphics can get. If you look at FIFA now, or EAFC now, compared to FIFA 14, it's not as laughable as FIFA 2004.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's all those memes of when we were kids, and I 100% agree with this, playing FIFA Road to World Cup 98 and thinking, oh my days, Eric Cantona looks photorealistic.
Yeah.
And he's just the blockiest, he looks like he's been built out of Lego. So, but because graphics have gotten so much better, so much quicker, I don't think we're going to be laughing. It's incredible.
Yeah, and I think that's why we need better stories, because you could rely before and say, well, graphically this game's better, that's why there's no story. But now there is no excuse to not have a good story weaved into a game. And we're even seeing games that didn't have narrative before, like EA, like FIFA, you know, the previous iteration of it. They have the story modes in there where they have to add narrative in there, because if you don't now, people are like, we expect that kind of level of value. Because like to be honest, EA24, I'm like, we're almost there. Like, it's funny. What I do is I'll bring the console home for Christmas and I'll whack on a game like that. When I say home, I'll bring it back to my mum and dad's, right? And my dad will walk in the room and be like, are you watching the football or are you playing it? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's got to that point now, innit? It's got to that point now where but back in the day, if I was playing ISS and my pop said that when I was a kid, I'd be like, come on, dad, put your glasses on. But now, I'd be like, you know what? It sounds like football, looks like football. It is football.
Well, I remember my dad walking in and seeing me playing Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
This is in what, 2002, 2003, and thinking, oh, what film is this? I've never seen this.
Yeah, exactly.
And me not knowing exactly how to take it, and going down the angle of, nah, Dad, this is what I spend some of my days doing. Don't mock me for this.
Oh, this is how you spend your life, is it? Okay, all right, cool. This is what I went through for you to just fuck around. Yeah. Maybe I won't bring the console back to my parents this Christmas. But yeah, no, Spider-Man 2. I rarely give like star reviews on the show, and again, I want to say this to our audience, like, we are not paid by PlayStation for this. I would give that game, I'm only going to give it 4.5 stars because I don't want to give it 5, but it's a 5-star game for me, bro. Out of 5, man. I struggle to find what's wrong with it. Like, and I'm up for constructive criticism. Like, what is wrong with it?
Nothing is wrong with it. I would give it at the moment, until I complete it, I would give it 4.5 because A, it's very rare that I'll give a game the full 5, and B, you have personal preferences within like, I don't know, storylines or themes or just whatever the story itself is. And because Spider-Man is Spider-Man and I cannot relate to Spider-Man in many ways, there's some brilliant levels in there that I'm like, oh cool, I get it. But because it's not The Last of Us, which I can't relate to as such, but it's a relationship between, you know, these two people that are thrown together in dark and twisted circumstances, and because apparently I'm a dark and twisted person, I gravitate a little bit more towards that. Okay, just through story. That's personal preference. That's not a shot at Spider-Man in any way. That's just pure personal preference, which I'm probably wrong about.
No, I get it. I get that because again, this is because we're talking about PlayStation games a lot, but let's talk about Ubi for a second. Like, I love Assassin's Creed games, but I'll be honest, I can't connect with them in the same way because it's such a out there universe, which has a place for me because sometimes I want to unplug. I don't want to think about the real world. But when you have certain games like Last of Us, which like plug you right into, it feels real, innit?
Yeah, like, love that.
If shit went down, this is what's going to happen, right? Exactly. It's real people. Everything feels real gritty. Spider-Man, obviously based in a semi-realistic world. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously there are no superheroes around at the moment. Like there isn't a killer zombie virus. But yeah, I get that, bruv. That's totally cool. Totally cool. But yeah, man, I'm liking what I've played, the little I've played so far, and little things that kind of immerse you in it, like the haptic feedback in the control pad's fantastic.
Ridiculous.
And like you said, we're really realizing the quality of this generation of console, and now we'll see when PlayStation drops their kind of slim version. I don't think we'll see performance upgrades, but I feel like we may see like we'll see an S, like a PS5 S version or like a plus version or whatever, where we're going to see performance upgrades. And I don't know, bruv, if we have games like this that can look even slicker, it's going to look absolutely ridiculous. Because you got a big fuck off TV that you play this on.
I do have a big fuck off TV. Yeah. The only thing that I'm missing at the moment is the sound. Like I've got the sound coming out of the TV, and I've got like cinematic surround sound, but obviously that will piss my missus off. Yeah. If I turn the volume up, my headphones, there's a loose cable in it. Love them. Turtle Beach, thank you very much for those ones 5 or 6, 7 years ago. But yeah, that's the only thing I need to sort out.
All right, I need to get a hookup. We'll sort it out.
Yeah,
man. So yeah, I've the way I've been killing time, Richie. I've tried to be slightly mature, bro. I'm gonna
play. Someone's got to.
I've been right, and you may not have listened to the last couple of episodes. I've been trying to get into tasting my whiskies. Yeah, that's right, bro. Yeah. I'm a heathen. I'm the uneducated. Yeah. This year I'm gonna have a whiskey advent calendar. So from December the 1st, I shall be having a wee dram every day.
I don't know what that means.
A wee whiskey.
Yeah.
My Scottish accent is declining.
Dram?
A wee dram. It's a bit of whiskey. It's like a little splash. That's what they call it, like a measure of whiskey.
Yeah, but splash is also a broad term. So when you say splash, I think, especially with yourself, I think, pint. That's a big splash.
A pint of whiskey. Yeah. Yes, I'll be consuming a pint of whiskey every day. Challenge. It's a challenge. A wee dram, officially Google says it's a single serving of whiskey, though these are often liberally poured. Sure. I like that.
So 25 milliliter, but it is...
Yo, what? That's a splash.
25 milliliter? That's a real measure.
That's what goes outside the glass, right? Well, when you're pouring. No, you're right. Yeah, cool. Yeah, 25 mil is our official measurement here, isn't it?
You had me second guessing then.
No, you're right.
It was a long time ago I was working in bars.
Yeah. I've worked in bars. Yeah. 25 mil. That is a measure. Yeah, maybe a little bit more than that. But I'm getting in. Do you know what it is though? I'll be honest with you. I've not been boozing.
Sure.
Yeah, I've been off the boot. Like the other day when we went to the Spiderman event, you'll have noticed I was on the waters.
Same.
You get me? And actually, we need to get back into the Spiderman event. I've got something to talk about. I'm going to talk about. But yeah, I've been trying little wee drams, and I've had a dram of a whiskey called Cairo. I hope I'm saying this correctly, right? Because I've been trying little whiskeys.
Egypt.
No, it's not spelled like that. No, it's not. I'm sorry, bro. It'd be great. An Egyptian whiskey.
Innit?
That would be something. It's called. I hope I'm saying it right. It's got the double. It's got the 2 dots over the O. Is that a? How do you say that? That's a
ellipsis. No, is that an ellipsis? No, ellipsis is a dash. No, ellipsis is the 3 dots that is like to be continued.
Because I know somebody who's got 2 dots in it. I think it's a ooh pronouncing. So it's Cairo. Maybe.
Okay.
Cairo. So Cairo. So they've sent me over a whiskey that I've tried out, and it's called a Cairo Malt Oloroso, right? And it's got a different cask finish. This is what I'm learning about. This is it. If you learn anything, they put whiskey in a cask for a certain number of years, and they can put it in another cask, which hence changes the flavour. And this is why I went for it. They put it in a sherry cask for a year, which gives it a little bit of sweet flavour. Yeah. And as a man who usually drinks a cognac and a brandy, I thought maybe I'll go for this. Yeah. And I gotta say, it's got a nice little bit of I'd say, if I'm honest, they say it's got all of these flavors like spicy notes of nuts and caramel. But what I will say is it's got a rounded flavor, right? It's nice for a wee dram. Yeah. And it's something that I think will help me get into this world of whiskey, man. Like it's got, bruv, you're looking at, I don't know, Richie, you're looking at me. There's a number of emotions on your face. I can't read these at the moment.
Yeah, it starts with confusion.
Yeah, go on.
Like, because you sound the part. You sound like you know what you're talking about, but you're also sat here wearing Crocs. So, like,
wow.
If you were wearing like a nice little, like, I don't know,
a blazer
with a pipe and some proper slippers, then but you know I'm always going to take the piss if I see you wearing Crocs.
My Mandalorian Crocs.
Are they Mandalorian?
They're Mando ones, man.
Okay, but my mind has been changed. They're sick.
Yeah, so
can you if you look at a whiskey, if I gave you 3 different whiskies, would you be able to tell what a single malt is, what a double malt's not a thing. Single
like a blend.
And
like a
what's the ones that's in old fashions?
A bourbon.
Bourbon, yes, thank you.
So I probably now like all joking aside, like I probably could tell you if something was a bourbon or a Scotch, and I could work out like a peaty one from not, but peaty flavour is kind of, people kind of notice that. Like some people talk about it in like a smoky way. I'm not a big fan of peat. If you ever had something that's a bit smoky, you could be sensing a peaty flavour. But yeah, I could probably tell the difference between a bourbon and a Scotch or an Irish whiskey, maybe. Like I could tell you these are different.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to say which is which. Where I am with cognac, I could be like, that's Henny, that's Remy, that's Courvoisier. Off the smell. Yeah. Like, and again, at Christmas, I don't know why this always happens. We're near Christmas, isn't it? Christmas time, my mum, she likes to do a little, bit of brandy this, bit of brandy that. And I'll be like, Mum, she's like, oh, we'll just use cooking brandy, as in cat brandy. I'll be like, Mum, use the good ingredients. I'll bring a little bottle over. And every year she's always like, you can't even tell the difference out of them anyway. And I'm like, she's done taste tests where she's like, we've had a bottle of Remy, a bottle of Courvoisier, and then a bottle of whatever it is in it, brand X. Yeah. Sure. And she's done stuff like put out 5 glasses. And I'm like, there's 3 bottles. She's like, yeah. Because if you've got such a wise nose, you'll be able to pick out which is which. And she's done stuff like put brand X in 4 glasses and Courvoisier in 1, or Courvoisier in all the glasses. And I can like smell them straight away and tell the difference. I'm there when it comes to cognac, I'm there, bruv.
Okay. Yeah? Okay. This is all talk though. Obviously it's a podcast.
Christmas, so we're going to have to, oh my gosh, we're going to get you these Turtle Beach headphones and we're going to get some brandy in the mix. Yeah, man, no, 100%. I'm a brandy guy because, and the reason is, Richie, is because when I was younger, getting into DJing, my mate's dad was a DJ and brandy was the drink of their choice. Like he was part of a sound, and like, they would hold their own events and they would drink brandy. So we just drink what the elders drink. So that was our introduction to drink. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. What do you like to drink?
Brandy.
Really?
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah. Bit of Remy.
Yeah, you're Remy man. Okay.
Of choice.
It's the sweetest of them all.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
Yeah.
Flip it out.
A wee dram. No, because that's whiskey. It's completely different.
A wee dram of brandy.
Yeah, you can't. That's not a thing, is it? It's only whiskey.
It could be like a French, a yes dram of brandy. A wee dram of brandy.
Yeah.
If you're a brandy man, you're a brandy and coke man. I'm not going to judge you if you're straight.
So my granddad was around and he was listening to this. He would tell me, if you do anything other than heat the glass up to put the brandy in,
my man,
you are a pagan.
My man.
So warm the glass up, with a steamer or whatever. Yeah. Pour the brandy in, swill it around, make sure it's warm.
Okay. Nice.
Which I'll definitely go for that. Or ice. Okay. One of 2 extremes.
Nice. Yeah, I like it,
but
bro.
No Pepsi or no Coke.
No Pepsi. If I'm having like a hood brandy, like a
crap,
over the counter, I'll be like, put a splash of Coke in that for me. Yeah, because if you heat up a shit brandy, it will just burn your face. And burn your throat all the way down and fall off. Yeah. I don't know. He's a brandy man.
Yeah.
Christmas episode incoming, bruv. You need to meet my mate Sean as well, who I record with as well. Yeah, we'll have a little drink together. He's not a brandy man per se, but come in a mix. He'll come into the mix. Yeah, that's sick. I didn't know he's a brandy man.
Yeah, but only on special
quite rare,
because
it's a heavy drink. Is that sorry? What I spoke over you? Why was you going to say
it's a heavy drink and the hangover is like a near-death experience?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh my days.
Yeah, I'm more like, well, at the moment I'm just having a little weed that I'm here and there. Yeah, but like.
I'm going to say a little weed.
A little weed, yeah. A little Amsterdam. I'll have a little vodka and Coke. That's what I'll have now, just because I can have a little drink, but it won't mash me up. Or recently at the Spiderman event, I was on the waters, bruv.
Yeah.
On the cans of water that were notoriously hard to open.
Yeah. It took me about 4 days to get into mine.
Yeah.
Needed an instruction manual and everything.
Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, look, Cairo Whiskey, we'll put a link to it in the show description. It's up on the How to Clean Our website. Shout out to the guys sending it over. Am I saying it wrong? Is it Kiru? Kiru? Mo? Anyway, check that out. I liked it. Have a go on it. I went for the one with sherry in it. Check out their website.
Honestly, I'm sure they're going to be absolutely thrilled that you don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know, but it's got the 2. Would you say it's... I'll let you have a look. Is that Cairo?
What sort of operation is this? Cairo.
You call it Cairo?
Yeah.
Cairo?
Oh, well, actually, because then it sounds like the capital of Egypt.
Yeah, but you wouldn't...
Cairo, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, well.
What sort of operation is this that you're running?
It's Finnish whiskey. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I know. It's very unprofessional. But, so those are our killer bits for the week. So coming up now, I guess it's time for us to have our little chat about our jokes. A yet unnamed section of the show. Killer laughs, killer jokes. We don't know yet. It's horrible, isn't it, mate? My naming process, before we get into this part of the show, I've come across a set of notes that I have for naming certain projects over the years, and I've put them all together.
Sure.
I have to come up with the most disgustingly horrid names before we get to a good name. So How to Kill an Hour, I've spoken about in previous podcasts. I found the list of names that we've gone through to get there. And I'll share it one day. It might have to be the Christmas episode. But I found a lists of names. So every project I've done, which is really good, I found all of the chaff.
Sure.
And mate, I am horrible at naming things. Yeah. But we'll get there anyway. If you've got any ideas, send them in. But yes, I've asked you to furnish us with some jokes. Now, Sean, my co-host, mate of mine, he has to go through some of the most horrible dad jokes that I have found. He has some very good jokes that he tells, and then that kind of balances itself out. Where are you at with your jokes? Because before we press record, you did tell me you were not a fan of the dad joke.
I can't say I am, because again, I'm a bitter, twisted, dark, deep devil spawn of an individual. So I don't find, light-hearted punchlines that funny. Yeah. And do you know what? Honestly, it's a personality flaw. Like I wish I could laugh at more stuff. Yeah. It includes comedy films as well. I've got some very controversial opinions about comedy films that everyone loves, and I'm like, Anchorman. I don't get it. I don't understand the humor.
It's silly, isn't it?
Right.
Like, is it like the jokes like when he's drinking warm milk and he goes, milk was a bad choice? When he's in a phone box.
That was actually quite funny.
Oh, you like that one? Okay.
Because there's logic and it makes sense.
All right.
Milk is a bad choice in that situation.
Yeah.
But
I love lamp stuff.
What?
Loud noises like that, you don't.
Yeah. And do you know what? I feel like the repetition of the jokes is actually better than the film itself, which says a lot about. That's a good compliment. Yeah. But I will watch it again. It's been a while, but I don't like Step Brothers. It's like it's two grown men that are acting like they're 12 and they argue. All right.
Are you not a fan of the Sandler film then when he does the voice?
Do you know what? Adam Sandler is one of the biggest inspirations in the world. Yeah. Like up alongside Nelson Mandela, up alongside.
Oh shit!
Yeah, wow. Yeah. I'm talking like icons, because the fact that he's had the career that he's had when he's made films like Don't Forget the Zohan, Don't mess with the Zohan, and Grown Ups, and I don't find any of them remotely. His best film is Uncut Gems.
Yeah, he can fucking act, innit?
Right, he can. So do it.
Uncut Gems was
brilliant,
wild,
film. So good. And then he'll go and make. No, he wasn't in Dinner for Schmucks.
Hubie's Halloween. I watched. Halloween.
Exactly. Yeah. Then he'll go and make something like that, and it's like, come on, mate. I know you can do better. But you are making.
Actually, before we move on, have you watched any Halloween films and stuff? I've been watching the Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I'm up to the Death of Freddy, and they are not aging well.
Sure. How many films are there in that series?
I'm finding out there's a lot more than I thought. I thought there was like 5, bruv. I'm 6 in. I've watched like the Death of Freddy now, which is supposed to be the last one that came out in 1991. I know there's like 5 more films. I got to keep it short, bro. There is no logic with how he survives. It feels like they write the end. They just somehow, I don't know, they just sellotape these films, plots together and just about make them work. But because they're based in a dream world, they are so random, bro. I've seen like Freddy Krueger climb out of a womb.
Sorry?
I've seen him climb out of a child. I've seen him possess somebody, and as they get rid of his possession,
he climbs out of them?
They climb out of him.
So anything he can climb out of,
bro,
he will climb out of.
Bro, it's just, you know how random dreams are, right?
Yeah, of course.
They've used that to just be like, well, this is why this is random.
Honestly, that is Hollywood license to go on forever and ever. Yeah, it's a dream.
I think so, yeah.
It's a dream. Yeah. And then right at the end, whenever they do the last one in like 3028, they'll realise that every single film was all a dream.
That's it. They'll wrap it. Honestly,
like
they could do it like ending. That. Yeah, and he can't die. I think they keep killing him. This is called Death of Freddy, but it's definitely going to come back. But we're at a point now where the films, Richie, they're using slapstick sound effects. So you're hearing like,
you're joking,
and
you're joking,
and that kind of stuff, like and all that kind of stuff. You're hearing. There's a scene where his hand spins around quickly, and there was no need for it. Someone added in a chainsaw sound effect.
Oh my days! All it needs now at the end of the film is that's Freddy. That's all it needs.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm getting into. Are you doing it? Because we are recording this just before Halloween.
Yeah. I've been watching more Halloween films than I would like because I am a big bitch when it comes to Halloween films. They need to be specific sorts for me to be okay. Like Paranormal Activity, I can't do. I am in no way religious at all. Yeah. But there's something about Paranormal Activity and exorcisms and all that kind of thing that really gets to me. I don't know why. But so I've been watching. So I watched The Thing, the original one, for the first time recently, and that was a bit of a bucket list film because I've been trying to watch it since I was about 10 years old. Yeah. And I don't know if you know the film, and no spoilers, but the very first sort of thing, sort of revealing itself, is in dog form or in a dog. Yeah. And I don't like that. I love dogs, so seeing that was gross to me. But I watched it recently, and it's brilliant. Again, we found out another thing that you have in common, because that is one of the films that I have to take a run up on and like be ready to watch, because it's like one of the best, or the most iconic gore films where they actually managed to work out how to make prosthetics look like bodies tearing open, and the way that it takes over bodies is scary. And so you've watched the original one, not the 2011 one, which is CGI. I watched the original with all the practical effects in it. 2011 one is it's pretty good, brother. I watched it as well. It's pretty. They lean into that, even though there's more CGI. They lean into that look, bro. Okay. Yeah. So it's watch it. It's a tough watch though. If you're like me, and I'm like you, I think a bit of it's a tough watch, bro. Because in the first one, did they kind of show you how it gets into people? No. Okay. Not at all. Yeah, you're gonna have to. Oh, wow, bro. That sounds invasive. It's weird. It's not as, without spoiling it, it's not as invasive. It's not as graphic as you might expect. But when you think about how it does it, it's highly disturbing. Sure. Mentally, well, like, when you think about how it becomes you. Orifices are what I'm guessing. How it enters the body. I'm gonna say it's somehow more disturbing when you think about what it must feel like, because you see it kind of happen to someone. It's mad. It's mad. Anyway, sorry, you watched it. So no, I watched the original. The second one is on the list. Watched, and this one isn't as mainstream, so hopefully it's a good recommendation to people. A couple of Spanish horror films called Rec, as in recording, as in what you do when you film something or listen to something. Just REC. It's like 2007, 2008 Spanish horror films remade by the Americans as the films Quarantine. Okay. Have you seen Quarantine? Okay, yeah, I think I have. And they're crap, but the original Spanish ones are really good. Found footage. Fire. The first one, it's firemen going to a distress call or whatever you want to call it in a flat, and hell breaks loose in that flat. Second one follows immediately afterwards, and it's the SWAT team going in to respond to hell breaking loose. That's all I'll say. Zombie films. Shit. Brilliant. Really? Oh, flip it. And terrifying. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, I'll check it out. I also watched Talks to Us. It Talks to Us. Everyone's banging on about that. It's on Netflix. Talk to me. Yeah. No, couldn't do it. Tough watch. No, couldn't do it. Walked out of the room a couple of times. Couldn't do it. Paused it. Fast forwarded some bits. I will give it this though. You know how Scream in the 90s was how kids were in the 90s? This is very realistic in terms of social media. It's very much how kids are. It's like, that's what kids are like now. Yeah. So that's what's good about it. It kind of feels like, but that makes it scary because it kind of feels real. Because it's like, these are a bunch of kids that I can actually believe that these are kids. I've got one more. Yeah, go on. Again, sort of a low key film that a friend made, and it's one of the. In fact, there's an article. I think it's like maybe a Rotten Tomatoes article about the horror films that scientifically are the scariest because your heart rate gets the highest. Shit, yeah. And it's a film called Host. Okay. It's on BBC iPlayer at the moment. Yeah. It's not even an hour long. And it's filmed entirely through Zoom. Oh shit. It's just silly how good the filmmaking is in that film. For them to have done what they've done on the budget they did it on, shout out to Jed Shepherd, for them to have, it's ridiculous. And in fact, it actually went sort of viral. They appeared on like BBC Breakfast and ITV News and all that kind of thing during lockdown, because they made this film during lockdown. And the director of that has gone on to make The Boogeyman. And all right. So I need to go and watch this. Host, yeah? It's called Host. It's on iPlayer at the moment. I know this is a really bad joke, but I could imagine like
them trying to record a scene and then the Zoom 40-minute thing comes up, you know, like if you have a Zoom call with a few people and it's free Zooms, like, sorry, you've only got a minute remaining. Oh, fuck, we'll cut this off. Get the golden shot and they got fuck. Sorry guys, got to reset. Right, before we move on, Richie, I need to know, are you still holding when you walk around? Are you still carrying as you walk around?
Doing what?
Are you still carrying Blue Peter badges? Because when we were at the Spiderman event, yeah.
Look, you love this.
I get it, right?
But I also know you hate it.
I get how it works. I get how it works, right? We want to create a good impression. Yeah, we want to impress the industry. You know, like, you know, to be fair, we are blessing them with our presence and our coverage of the game. But you want to make sure you're in, you know, no one's going to shy away from a couple of extra spare PlayStations. So,
right.
So,
listen, do you know what I would say? I am in the weirdest sort of place with regards to whatever this weird thing is called celebrity, right? Because no one knows who the hell I am, but that's fine, genuinely. Yeah. But they know what I've done. But I also feel like I need to maybe a BP badge a Blue Peter badge might jump into my pocket, but that just means it's my fucking ID. That's how I use it. Oh, you don't believe me? How about have a little bit of this? Like my life depends on it. If you don't believe me, I've got to prove them wrong. It's a really weird place to be at, but very, very funny and provides a lot of stories. So listen, and also, I'm not going to lie to you. I had to wear badges every single time I worked. And so maybe a couple of them fell into my pocket. So maybe I still find them now.
Here and there. I mean, and then you gift them strategically to people that you meet at events.
Do you know what? On a serious one, not just at events. Like if someone does a good deed, then genuinely, which may be twisted the wrong way, because I know where your brain is going. But as an example, one day I lost my phone and a lady at a train station let me sign into her own personal phone internet so I could connect my Wi-Fi so I could email my mates saying I'm here, come and get me. Because she did that, I found a badge and I was like, good deed, here you go. Okay. Do you know what I mean?
So like at the pub, if a guy's pouring you a pint, you show him the badge, like you tease him with it. And then if you get the free pint or two, if you get a free pint or then he gets a badge. Is that what it is?
Of course. Q jump, brilliant.
Nice. So you may still have a couple.
Listen, I'm like the Pied Piper of Wait, what? I'm like the Pied
R. Kelly, yeah.
Oh, wow. Wait, hang on. Wait. Am I getting my children's stories mixed up? The Pied Piper would play a flute and
all the kids would follow, yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, go on, carry on.
That sounds a lot more threatening than I had in mind.
Yeah, go for it.
No. But I'm like the adult Pied Piper and I have...
Yeah, he was an adult as well.
Yeah, but I have the badges and the adults don't follow me anywhere. Just ask me for them. Jesus Christ. Talk about digging yourself a crater.
So, I mean, honestly, though, the people from PlayStation, who I had to network normally... What did you say?
Cut that.
What was that?
Cut that. Just all of it.
All right, cut that.
No, don't.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry.
I mean, the people at PlayStation do really like you now. So I'm going to be monitoring your social media accounts to see if you're like furnished with a few extra PlayStations. See if the Blue Peter badge does work. It is in a PlayStation colorway, though, isn't it? The blue and the white.
It is.
Yeah, man. But anyway,
the game is the game.
Anyway, look, we've been talking. I like this with Richie. We've been talking for 40 minutes. Let's get some jokes down us, shall we? Then, what have you got for me, bro? I'll let you lead with some short ones. I've got some short ones for you. I've also got some listener submitted ones as well, and Instagram submitted ones as well. So if they're better, that is why, because they're not mine.
So I've suddenly realised that the one that I came armed with, one of the two that I came armed with, one of them is just grim, but the other one I came armed with is not very podcast friendly.
Why?
But I can go for it. Well,
have I got to see it?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But shall I go for it anyway?
Yeah, go for it anyway. Okay.
Why was Jesus so popular with the ladies?
I don't know. Why was Jesus so popular with the ladies?
Because he was hung like this. Arms akimbo, stretched out.
That is fucking class.
You enjoy that?
That is class.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And for anyone listening, just imagine how Jesus was hung. And I don't mean penal area. I mean on the cross.
Yeah.
As if I had to explain it in that much depth. Second.
That's so sick.
Second.
That bangs. That's one that bangs a little later as well. Yes. Yeah, carry on. Yeah, go on.
Second one, and I apologise in advance. How many babies does it take to paint a wall?
I don't know. How many babies does it take to paint a wall?
It depends how hard you throw them. Oh, God, I'm going to hell. Well, I knew that anyway, so I'm at peace with that.
Oh, great.
Really?
Horrible.
Fine.
Look, the purpose of the joke was to make me cringe, and I cringed.
That's the thing, is that there are jokes in this world that are good, bad, or get a reaction.
Yeah.
As long as you get a reaction as long as you're not bored by the joke.
Yeah.
I think it counts.
All right. So I've been sent this, but have you got any more? Got any more for us?
I've got some dad jokes, but...
Yeah, go on. Crack on, Richie. Go on.
So this is the thing. I've not researched these dad jokes, and dad jokes just don't have an effect on me.
All right.
So let's see if I actually laugh. Okay, nothing starts... Let me start again. Nothing starts with an N and ends in a G. Change my mind. When you get it, let me know. Again, it might be a visual one. You are
How am I not getting this?
Flabbergasted, and I have never used that word in my life.
What oh my God.
There it is.
Oh.
There it is.
What an idiot. Nothing, the word,
4K.
NG. Oh, man. All right.
Okay.
I should have gone to school more.
Right.
Oh my God. Sorry. Oh, I feel so stupid. It took so long. I was there like,
whatever. That's the thing though, is that I did have it in front of me. So, right. I was having dinner with a world-class chess champion, and there was a Czech tablecloth. It took them 2 hours to pass the salt.
oh, because they were thinking about their moves.
There it is. Yeah. I mean, you're actually reacting. You're actually smiling at these. Fair play. There's some sort of reaction to them.
That's a good one. That's a Marcus. I'd say that's a Marcus level of joke.
Fine.
Which is.
Was that to say good or bad?
That's bad.
Right. Why don't angry witches ride their brooms?
I don't know. Why?
They're afraid of flying off the handle.
I should have got that in for Halloween. I like that.
Oh my days. And a lorry load of tortoises crashed into a train load of terrapins. I'll try that again. A lorry load of tortoises crashed into a train load of terrapins. What a turtle disaster.
That's good.
Was it?
Yeah, that's good. Because it's a shitty play on words.
Yeah.
I like it. Very good.
Final one.
All right.
If you want, I can go on.
Yeah, go on.
A man walks into a pharmacy and says, "Can I have a bar of soap, please?" The pharmacist... Oh, my days. The pharmacist says, "Do you want it scented?" The man says, "No, I'll take it with me now." I am...
That's a bit of a reach.
So sorry.
That's a bit of a reach, isn't it?
Yeah. The delivery was awful as well. This Invisalign is doing me no favours.
If you worded it like scent... No. I'll have it right now. No? That's not. You'd have to explain it more, innit?
It's just a crap joke, and there's no making up for the fact that it's a crap joke.
All right. Right. So
challenge, by the way, this.
Oh, what, to make you laugh?
Yeah, because I won't.
All right, but these are ones from other people, right? Yeah. Okay. So here's one. Rookie error. My wife asked me that stupid question of who I'd choose to sleep with if she gave me a pass. On hindsight, I now realise she probably meant someone famous, not one of her mates.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there was a reaction, and it did make me smile.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, this is a bit more daddy. Do we have a doctor here? Right, so sorry. Start again. Imagine someone's...
Sorry, but also, this is a bit more daddy. I mean, I know that the phrase daddy has been absolutely...
Yeah, it's been...
intoxicated for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But you could have gone with... There's loads of other ways of phrasing
this. This is much more of a dad joke on a daddy scale.
Yeah. The daddy scale.
This is a daddy out of 10, right? Yeah. So there's somebody passed out on the floor. Someone screams out, "Do we have a doctor here?" Someone says, "Yes, I'm a doctor." "What's your speciality, doctor?" "I'm a doctor in mathematics." "My friend is dying." To which the doctor says, -1.
I'm assuming it's -1 life left on the planet.
Yeah,
right.
-1. So
right, okay. It was your face and delivery that made me smile and laugh more than the joke, because you took so much enjoyment in that.
That's the worst thing. I'm horrible at it. Okay. Do they allow loud laughing in Hawaii or just aloha? Move on then.
You know how there should never be dead air during radio or podcasts or whatever?
Yeah.
That is the longest amount of dead air I have ever come across in anything I have ever done.
Little fact we'll throw in for the podcast gang. If there's dead air for long enough on radio, then the natural song will kick in. a random song will start playing.
Oh.
Yeah, they're back up.
How did you find that out?
A broadcaster who we can't talk about anymore used to play a trick on their producer by not saying anything into the microphone because it would be their producer's fault if the music stopped playing. So they just stay quiet for like 10 seconds at a time on air, and the producer would have to like say, "Come on now, talk," which was funny at the time.
Yeah.
But not for the producer, probably in hindsight. And that broadcaster is no longer broadcasting. Anyway, right, here's a roast, because people have started roasting me by sending me stuff, but they sent me an image. So imagine a text message, right?
Right.
Don't text my daughter again. To which the reply to the message is, asterisk, our daughter. She calls me daddy too.
Oh, shit.
Where does that land on the daddy scale?
Oh, yeah, pretty high apparently. Oh, man. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It's good. It's great.
I got a couple more short ones for you, right? This is from Blake's Daddy on Instagram. Thank you, Blake's Daddy. Daddy, fuck you.
Oh,
well, we can't get away from the word.
What is this?
Can't get away from the word, Daddy. A colon can completely change the meaning of a sentence. For example, Jane ate her friend's sandwich. Or sorry. Jane ate her friend's colon.
Yes. Yes. Get in.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That's enjoyable. Get in. Love that.
All right.
Thank you, Blake's daddy.
I just found out I was colourblind. The news came out of the orange. Oh, man. We went from win to lose. Right, okay, I've got one more. All right, I hope this one works for you, right? Okay, cool.
Go on.
What's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke timing?
Are you waiting for me to answer?
What's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke timing?
I'm so baffled. Are you waiting for me to answer?
What's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke timing?
If there's an answer?
Yeah.
That's my answer. Whether or not there's an answer.
No, but listen to how I'm saying it. What's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke timing?
What's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke timing? The timing of the joke?
Yeah.
The timing of the punchline?
So what was that? Oh my God, it is a bad joke. So the timing of what I just said was really bad. What's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke timing? Instead of what's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke timing?
I don't even understand that. I don't even get it. What's the joke?
The timing was off. What's the difference between a good joke?
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, I'm going home. Fuck this. That's just angered me. That is the opposite effect of what a joke should be. Oh God, I mean, I feel like I'm in physical pain.
Okay, right. Last one. In Europe, there's an Englishman and an American man arguing about words. The Englishman says, in Europe, it's called a lift. The American man says, well, in America, it's called an elevator. To which the British man says, I guess we were just raised differently.
Yeah.
Raised?
Yeah, no, I got it. It's cute. Good for you, whoever that was. Good for you.
All right.
Those are tears in your eyes.
I'm so shut up.
Oh my!
I'm so easily amused. Right.
No, I want
bad.
to laugh.
Yeah,
I want to.
All right. Okay, right. I've got two longer ones for you. All right. And then if you've got more, great. If not, we'll move on, right? Settle in for this. A Texan man walks into a pub in Ireland and clears his voice to the crowd of drinkers. He goes, I hear you Irish are a bunch of hard drinkers. Sorry for the Texan accent.
That's good.
I hear you Irish are a bunch of hard drinkers. You know what? I'm going to do this again without an accent.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
Texan man walks into a pub in Ireland and clears his voice to a crowd of drinkers. He says, I hear you Irish are a bunch of hard drinkers. I'll give you $500 American to anyone in here who can drink 10 pints of Guinness back to back. The room is quiet and no one takes up the Texan's man's offer. One man leaves. 30 minutes later, the same gentleman who left shows up and taps the Mexican man on the shoulder and says, is your bet still good? He asks...
Did you say Mexican man on the shoulder?
Do you know what, bro? I fucked it up. I'm going to start again. Right. A Texan man walks into a pub, clears his voice to a crowd of drinkers and says, I hear you guys are a bunch of hard drinkers. I'll give you $500 to anyone who can drink 10 pints of Guinness back to back. The room is quiet and no one takes up this man's offer. So one man leaves, and 30 minutes later he comes back and taps the Texan man on the shoulder and says, "Is your bet still good?" The Texan man says, "Yeah, okay." So he lines up 10 pints, and the Irishman smashes the 10 pints back to back, and all the pub patrons cheers, hooping and hollering and hooping. It's crazy. And the Texan man gives him $500 and says, "If you don't mind me asking, where'd you go for those 30 minutes?" The Irishman says, "Oh, I had to go to the pub down the street to see if I could do it first."
Bad boy. Bad boy.
Legend.
Bad boy.
Legend.
Yeah.
Legend.
That fair play. You pulled that back because it started off like trying to watch a Chris Nolan film. So what the fuck is going on? And that sounds like an insult to Chris Nolan films, to be fair. I love them, but
I don't know Tenet, bruv. I know it.
Tenet.
I understand it, and then I don't.
That was
I
like
grasp
watching
it.
Tenet.
Yeah, okay.
You delivering that joke. Where did the Mexican come from?
That was just me. That was my dyslexia. All right. I've got one longer one for you. And then if you've got more, great. Right. A pharmacist asked for $10. Fucking as well. A man enters a pharmacy.
Take two.
A man enters a pharmacy and orders a box of Agra. The pharmacist asks for about... Do you know what? I'm not even going to do this joke now because I've just fucked it up and my reading is fucked. I'll come back to that next week.
Right.
Anyway, have you got anything else for us, jokes-wise, or not?
Jokes-wise,
I need to go through that joke.
Pull them out the bag real quick. I've got some headlines.
All right. Oh, you got some? All right, yeah, let's do some headlines then. Because we are running good for time.
Right. I've got headlines followed by questions.
Oh, okay. Oh, great.
Okay.
Great.
Right. First things first. I don't know if you heard about, there's a clown that is stalking a village. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard about this?
What sort? A clown?
A clown. Someone who's dressed up as a clown as of, this is a news story, a masked character wearing a Pennywise-style outfit is stalking the village of Skelmorley in North Ayrshire in Scotland. Right, leaving riddles and stuff around. And
what?
Yeah. Stalking the streets of Scottish village. How do you feel about that?
Glad that it's in Scotland.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the first feeling is that I was like, where? And if it was like North London, South London, East London, I'd be like, not happy. Now that I know it's in Scotland, somewhere that's further away than France, happy with that.
But do you remember years ago now when there were people that were dressing up as clowns around Halloween?
Yeah.
And just standing in public spaces.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like it was funny once, then. But then when everyone started doing it, I would be like, if I was in it, because it was in America, innit? It was in America, it got really big. Was it here as well?
Here as well,
I feel like if I was with a few mates, I'd want to chase down a clown and just be like, why the fuck are you doing that for, man? Why are you trying to scare me for, bruv?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you said first time it would be funny.
Yeah, funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they did the thing where they like walked up to you and started,
that was it, wasn't it? They were walking towards you.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
Or chasing people.
I feel like if you're going to try and incite people into feeling some kind of way, you deserve the repercussions.
Yeah, 100%.
So if someone then chases you down with a baseball bat, you deserve it for trying to get a reaction out of them.
They unleash a kind of whoop ass on you now.
Then you're beaten up by a clown.
Yeah.
Which would be all sorts of
makes you a clown.
Beer brand's share price falls after man filmed urinating in factory vat.
Wait, before we move on to that amazing story, what was these questions that this clown was leaving around?
Oh, yeah, the clues. Oh my God.
I need to know more about
I need to edit this bit out.
That's all right. That's all good.
I don't actually know. Oh, hang on.
We need to find out about this.
Okay, this is a bit of a taking a turn. So locals teamed up to find all of these red boxes which had clues in, which eventually led them to a community garden, and a small black cash box awaited their discovery. That's actually quite cool. It was like a treasure hunt.
Oh, cool.
Okay, plot twist. That's actually quite cool.
No, I like that. I'll mess with that.
Yeah, because there's actually something, they get something out of this, as opposed to just, people trying to scare people.
So was it like little red boxes with clues in it? Like, go here, go there?
They may have been tricks, there may have been treats inside of it, but I'm looking at the pictures now, and like one of them's got a key inside it, and the key opened the little black box. So...
Okay, no, I'm down for that. Yeah. I'm down for that. If it's a little bit of fun, I'm down for that. Cool. However, I will say, you are most likely not from a quaint village in Scotland listening to this. So if a clown is leaving clues for you, don't follow the clues by yourself.
Nope.
Yeah?
Nope.
I'm not even going to suggest you go with 2 friends or 3, maybe more. In fact, I'm not going to suggest you go and do it at all. If you do it and you win a prize, which is money, great for you. But I'm just saying, this could be a long game plan.
Yeah,
right?
Big time.
We've seen Saw.
Yes.
The longest game ever. We've seen Hostel. This could be a long game. This year you get some cash. Next year you die. I'm just saying, innit? Next year you open a box and I don't know, a clown jumps out from behind you and stabs you in the neck. I'm just saying, I would probably not want to follow it, but I am happy though that people have actually had a positive output from this. Do you get me? And I want to know who the clown is. Who are you?
I want to know who the clown is, but good/bad news. He's back with a message and a game for the nation.
What?
So,
what's any news on the message?
The clown it's been talking about. The masked character wearing a Pennywise-style outfit has created a game for the country to play in after previously leaving riddles and clues for the villagers of Skelmorley in North Ayrshire to solve. He's uploaded a video to Facebook urging people to visit them and take pictures of their scariest faces. Yeah, you lost me there, I'm afraid.
I don't think, that's effort now, innit?
Yeah.
Like, that just is indicative of our age group now, innit? Like, yeah, this sounds really good. Oh, wait, now I have to do something. No. Yeah, good though.
Back to piss and beer.
Yeah, piss and beer, go on.
Piss and beer. Beer brands, stock price dips horribly after man filmed urinating in beer vats.
Do we know which conglomerate?
We do. It's not one I've heard of, thankfully.
Okay.
It's called Tsingtao?
Tsingtao. Okay.
That's the name of the lager. And yeah, a man seen pissing in it, and therefore a lot of lager has been contaminated. Now tell me, if you found out that your favourite lager, whatever it is, if there was someone pissing in it, how long would it take you to drink it again? Would you ever drink it again? Is that it?
That is really, because I do have a favourite beer, and as a man that likes brandy, I don't know, you may have similar taste buds to me, and you're not a lager man, are you? You've spoken about it. You are a lager man.
I'm not a real ale.
Not a real ale man. Sorry, my bad. I'm a lager man. I found a lager that I like. I'm thinking of my favourite lager now. I'm thinking of my favourite. Let's just open this up so the audience get on board. Your favourite drink. Sure. Let's just open it up, right? Yeah. So your favourite drink, whether that be a Southern Comfort and Coke, JD and Coke, a Coca-Cola by itself.
A Coke and Coke, yeah.
You find out it's got piss in it. I would do some research as to the process. I would probably Google how long does it take for my beer or my drink to get from the factory to me, and then I'll do the maths. Like, say it took like 6 months for a Coke to get to a pump, for example, and then I'd double the amount of time, and I'd hope that the place I went to had got through enough of the beverage. Budweisers have the date of when they're made on them.
Yes,
put that on everything now.
Yeah. So you're telling me you'd actually go to that effort? Is that just for PR purposes because you're doing a podcast, or
I don't know if I'd want to, because I don't know if I'd want to drink. And honestly, the amount of piss, even if somebody poured a litre of piss into like a 1,000-litre vat, you would not be able to taste it. No. You would not be able to taste the difference. Nope. I don't know if they'll be able to chemically tell if they had a test like for piss, whether they could.
So the joke's on him, really, because no one's going to taste this piss.
Yeah, no one's going to taste this piss. Loads of this beer tastes like piss jokes will be flying around forever.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I'd probably just avoid it. I probably would just avoid it for
a while,
man. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't want to knowingly drink the piss.
There's alternatives out there, isn't it? No matter how good something is, there's something that's close enough. Like if it was Remy Martin, for example, I'd just drink Courvoisier instead.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine someone pissed in Remy. Oh, that would upset me so much.
Heartbroken.
Sad day.
Right, another story.
What if that's a secret ingredient? What if that makes it fantastic though? On the flip side, what if that's what this man's been doing to get the beer to where it is right now, and then they remove the piss factor and everyone goes, I mean, that's it. What if I found out my favourite drink was my favourite drink because it was laced with piss?
That's a big question. And I don't have the answer. Would you carry on drinking it or not?
Well, I wouldn't drink anymore because the piss is now gone, isn't it? Like, so the flavour, I'd be like, it just doesn't taste it. It's missing something. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Sure. It's like when they take all of the cancer-causing chemicals out of, I was going to say Tizer. I'm showing my age. It doesn't even exist anymore.
No.
Yeah, well, would you carry on drinking it or not?
I did drink a Iron Brew Extra, sugar-free Iron Brew the other day. And
what's extra about it?
It's, because they have Diet and then they have Zero. Extra's their version of Zero. So they have Diet Iron Brew and then they have Zero. I mean, they got the flavours flavouring. I like a Coke Zero, by the way. I'm a fan of it. And I do like the fact that it's 0 calories as well, because it helps me to maintain...
Sure.
Trying to stay trim like you, Rich.
The temple. Listen, this temple takes a lot of maintenance.
Does it?
No. No.
But yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. It's like when they take out all of the sugar, which can just make me fat and die. and put in cancer causing allegedly cancer causing sweeteners.
Yeah.
Which won't make me fat, but I'll die of cancer. I think I'll go for the sweeteners. You know.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
It's a really fickle industry we're in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is this a beer that we'd see here in the UK? Then is it a big?
I don't think I've heard of it.
Okay.
Tsingtao.
Tsingtao.
Tsingtao. It's not like an Asahi, which is from the similar
what I was
part
thinking.
of the world.
Yeah, that's what I was
love
thinking.
an Asahi as well.
Okay. Yeah. But now it's dropped in price. You're saying?
Stock price, yeah.
Oh, just the stock price, not the not the price that affects us day to day. Because now, if you're talking 20p beer,
oh mate, I would run that risk for a bit of piss.
and now I'm like, that's better than student prices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
by any means.
I'll go for it. Yeah.
Have you heard of the one-of-a-kind cat that was born with 2 noses?
What?
Yeah. Staff at the Cats Protection's Warrington Adoption Centre initially thought the 4-year-old feline had 1 large nose, but vets discovered it actually has 2 noses. So I ask you, Marcus, if you could have 2 of anything on your body, what would it be?
Wow. I mean, everyone's going to think I'm going to go for the 2 dicks, but I think that is more stress.
That's stress.
That's just
annoying.
2 dicks, because 2 dicks is going to be, I'm presuming I'm going to have 4 balls.
Yeah.
And that's not, bruv, clothing is not designed for that amount of appendage.
Sure.
So 1, I'm going to be uncomfortable.
Yep.
Yeah. 2, I don't know, like, I'd never be able to cross my legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, when you need a piss, how do you know which dick it's going to come out of? Or is it going to come out of both?
Bruv, what if you like shake, what if you get pissing out of one down to a T, you shake it, and then I don't know, somehow the piss goes back up one and goes out the other and you piss down your leg. Imagine you've had a few drinks, you take the wrong dick out to piss and you just piss down your leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
If I could have 2 of anything, what would I have? I'm going to cheat a bit. I would love a second stomach, like an interchangeable one.
Sure.
So that I could eat twice as much food.
Sure.
I'd love to feast.
Yeah,
I'd love to feast and just be like, oh, I'll put that to the side there, let it do its digestion.
Yeah.
I'll have a salad, thank you very much,
Yeah.
and keep it pushing. That's what I do.
But that does require some plumbing, for want of a better word. So you'd open yourself up, take your stomach out,
pop it out, you know,
screw a next one in,
screw it if that's what it takes, zip
and
it, whatever.
And also bearing in mind that there's stomach acid involved, which will hurt.
Yeah. In my imagining of this, in my imagining of this, I'm thinking Cyberpunk 2077.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm augmented to the point. I'm a transhuman, and it's kind of like an air fryer. I just have a handle, I pop it out,
right,
and pop a new one in again.
You come with handles.
That's what I think. Yeah, stomach. Pop it out. Probably 2 tummies. I'd like 2 tummies, or yeah, I think that's what I'd like, man. Okay. That's what I'd like. I don't know what would be good. Maybe 2 hearts would be good. Because it'll give you because you could have like superhuman.
Your blood would be pumping around everywhere. Your cardio would be on point.
Yeah, but what if you get a paper cut and you just bleed to death because
shit,
your blood is so strong? Yeah.
God,
is that what you go for though? 2 hearts. So
well, now that I think about it, we also wouldn't. You know that blood pumps everywhere, and sometimes when you need it to pump somewhere, would you be constantly? A constant state of rigor mortis in a certain part of your body.
That's not good either, bruv. No, that's not good to have.
That's public embarrassment.
A lob on stuck on, painful, isn't it? 1, painful. 2, now they're going to call you
unnecessary.
Now they're going to call you Dickie Driss all the time if it's you as well.
Yeah. Classic. Yeah. But at least there's a reason for it in that way, as opposed to just an unfortunate name.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest, Richie, I'm feeling my air fryer tummy a bit more than the 2 hearts thing, man.
Okay.
I don't want to mess with it. What else could you... 2 brains?
2
brains. Ooh. Would you be twice as smart? Or if you're like me, would that just be twice as much wasted grey matter? Yeah.
And also your head would need to be twice as big.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
so then they're calling you Hey Arnold now. Yeah. Now you got a big old Hey Arnold head.
No.
Now you can't go to Thorpe Park because your head's so big, the G-force will rip your head off your shoulders.
God, it would. Yeah. I don't know how your brain went there, but it did. Fair play. I'd go, and I don't know if this is cheating because I guess it's twice the amount as opposed to 2 of.
Oh, you're gonna go for twice the length, yeah? Go on, or go for it. Go on.
I'm 6'3". I don't need twice the. Oh, you meant the other sort of great. Lungs.
Okay.
4 sets of lungs.
I mean, 2 sets of lungs.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 sets of lungs. 4 sets of lungs will be fucking mental, bruv.
But 4 lungs, 2 sets of lungs. Yeah. You could hold your breath for twice the amount of time.
Heavy.
Yeah, I don't know why I'd want to do that.
Would you use a pair of lungs for vaping or smoking? You have your smoke. I use my smoking lungs.
Your spare lungs. These are my party lungs.
Yeah, my party lungs.
Yeah.
And your cardio lungs.
Yes. Party lungs, cardio lungs, and then interchange them.
Yeah. Be like, but would you have yours that pop out, or would yours all be inside, you know?
I'd flick a switch.
Oh, wow.
I'd find some sort of switch, like my nipple.
Yeah.
Flick that.
Tweak
the nipple, and then it'd be like, oh, party lungs.
Yeah. People like, Richie, last night you smoked 7 cigars.
Yeah.
And you're fine. You're like, yeah, mate.
Today I'm running a marathon.
Yeah. I like that.
And what?
You could let us know. What would you, if you could have any extra bits on your body or twice the amount of something, what would you have?
2 bum holes? Speed up the process?
That's double wiping though, isn't it?
Oh, fuck that.
Get me? And imagine
one go.
Yeah, and imagine again, you have a little accident or you have a bit of dodgy food. Twice the amount of cleanup, mate.
No.
Twice the amount of cleanup.
No. I apologise for really stooping with that.
Yeah.
Really stooping.
I mean, look, we could have got worse with it and we didn't. I mean, I don't even think we've got enough time for any more episodes. I think we're going to have to wrap this episode up, Richie. Where can we find the Richie Driss, though?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter, whatever it's called, but more Threads, because I'm a nice guy.
Nice.
At Richie Driss. There is no T in Richie. Why would you ever spell it with a T? Like, Richard doesn't have a T in it, so why would you spell Richie with a T?
Richie. Yeah, you wouldn't say that. Anyway, I'm Marcus Bronzy, MarcusBronzy on all socials. Follow us at How to Kill an Hour. And yeah, man, bruv, we've got to have you back soon, man.
Always down.
Yeah, man. We'll bring you back soon.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
guys. Be in your ear hole soon. Bye.